What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Okay, gonna talk a little bit about Jermell Charlo, the WBC junior middleweight champion, calling out Floyd Mayweather Jr. and said, hey, if Floyd Mayweather Jr. wants a warm-up before Manny Pacquiao, that he would be willing to do it. Now, we know that's comedy, man, but it does illustrate a point. Ain't no way in the world Floyd Mayweather Jr. would get in the ring with Jermell Charlo. No way, no way, no shape, no how. Before I get into that, though, I want to welcome back subscribers. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel. Also, if you're not subscribed, I hope you accept my invitation to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we release more videos. And thank you to everybody that has been so supportive of the channel. And by watching the videos, we put commercials in the videos. And I appreciate your patience in that regard. Also, thank you to everybody that supports on Super Chat, Venmo, and Patreon. Man, I'm telling you, we're doing a really good thing. It really does help support the cause that we are established to support. So thank you. So let me go through this, man. And let me tell you my conclusion, and I'll tell you what he said. Then I'll go through my conclusion. Again, Jermell Charlo is highlighting the fact that Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao are both these guys are over the hill fighters. And Manny Pacquiao said something about he has a belt, it's a belt that Manny Pacquiao got from Lucas Matisse, which was vacated when Lamont Peterson fought for the WBC, fought for the IBF title against Errol Spence Jr. So Manny Pacquiao has a marginal belt at most, but they have enough name recognition where that fight is going to do big numbers. I've said that I'm not particularly interested in Mayweather Pacquiao because it was going to be aired around the same time as it sounded like when Floyd Mayweather Jr. originally announced it, that it was going to happen around the same time Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury was supposed to happen. So at that, I was like, I can't support that card because I want to support Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fighting for the lineal heavyweight championship, the WBC heavyweight championship, and also further closure or moving us further towards an undisputed champion at the heavyweight division. And it's just my take in boxing right now that if you don't hold all four belts, then you're a title holder. And so right now we have two title holders. We have two title holders and no champions in the heavyweight division. And the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight pushes us one step closer to having the public absolutely demand that that undisputed true championship fight occurs. Now, but other than that, I'd be more than happy to watch Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao fight. I don't have any problem with exhibition fights. I don't have any problem with enjoying a good boxing match between two Hall of Fame level legendary boxers who had a fight before, and Manny Pacquiao claimed injury and threw salt on Floyd's victory. A lot of people ran with that. I mean, honestly, man, between the slow motion cameras and the excuses, it got a little nauseating. But still, there was some unfinished business to be taken care of there, even though the fight was like many years late. But it happened, and I'm okay with them going again. Now, Jermell Charlo, though, highlights the fact that look, these guys they're not gonna get in there and fight the real guys in the division. In any division, right? In any division. I have a hard time believing that Floyd would fight or Floyd or Manny Pacquiao. There might be guys at 140 pounds that they might think twice about fighting. Because they're younger, they're stronger, they're active, and these guys aren't where they used to be. So, but let me tell you specifically what Jermell Charlo said, and this is Jermell Charlo, not Jermall Charlo, right? It was an article that came out this morning that said WBC middleweight champion Jermell Charlo, 28 years old, raised his hand to fight the comebacking Floyd Mayweather Jr. Mayweather, who last fought at 154 pounds and captured world titles from 130 to 154, is planning to return to the ring at age 41. Last weekend, Mayweather announced that he was looking to return to the ring for a rematch with Manny Pacquiao. Mayweather would later state that he planned to take 1 or 2 fights before facing Pacquiao, including a tune-up fight in Tokyo. Mayweather retired from boxing in August 2017 after stopping UFC superstar Conor McGregor in the 10th round at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Charlo was very willing to face Mayweather, but he's also realistic and doubts the contest would ever happen, even though they share the same manager in Al Heyman. I definitely take that tune-up with Floyd, Charlo told TMZ Sports, but he ain't gonna step in there with no savage like myself. Charlo gave Mayweather some safer options. Go back and fight that old Manny Pacquiao again or get a rematch with Conor, Charlo said. Mayweather and Pacquiao posted videos to social media last weekend where they were speaking to each other at a concert in Tokyo. Pacquiao, who is 39 years old, last fought in July when he battered and stopped Lucas Matisse to capture the WBA regular heavyweight welterweight title in Malaysia. 8-time world division, lost a 12-round unanimous decision to Mayweather in 2015 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Pacquiao claims he was suffering from a bad shoulder injury in that fight, which was later corrected by undergoing surgery. He's planning to fight again in December at this point, it's not likely Mayweather is going to be the opponent, but he's willing to wait until the first quarter of 2019 to make that fight happen. So that's the gist of it. And Mayweather, I'm going to tell you something, man. Mayweather's needs to be careful, man, before he turns into Roy Jones Jr. Okay, you might wind up having a real ugly moment, man, when you doing stuff, when you push this thing too far. Now, the Manny Pacquiao fight itself, okay, those are two old guys getting in the ring with each other. Manny Pacquiao has been more active than Floyd having fought 2 times. Has it been 2 times since? In the last 2 years, July of 2017 and one time in 2018. So, but he's had 2 legitimate fights. Floyd Mayweather Jr. hasn't had a legitimate fight in a few years. Conor McGregor, that might have been a legitimate training camp, but that wasn't a legitimate fight. So I could see him fighting Floyd Mayweather, man. But he turns around and jumps out and, gets in there with some guy out there in Tokyo, and they slip him a Mickey, man. I mean, by like somebody that might be better than somebody. If Floyd Mayweather Jr. lost more ground than he thinks he did, and he gets in there with some guy that's better than he originally thought that guy was, it is just not unheard of a 41-year-old guy, man, just, getting in there one day and it's just not there. And when I saw Floyd against Conor McGregor, I know that he was walking. He said that he carried Conor McGregor, and I do believe that. And he didn't have to fight the same style that he usually fought against Conor McGregor. He pretty much just walked him down, waited around, to pick up the pace and eventually stop him. Still, his reflexes looked a little slower to me, and he just didn't look, he didn't look sharp. I mean, it's reasonable for him not to have looked sharp. But now after that fight with a guy that's never, ever had a professional fight, he took another year off. I just hope that Floyd Mayweather Jr. we don't have one of those Glenn Johnson moments, man. Like, well, Tarver is one thing, man. Like, Tarver is a world-class fighter. So was Glenn, the traveling man Johnson. Glenn Johnson knocked him out too. But, man, I was sitting in Memphis. I was in Memphis at the fight when Glenn Johnson was fighting Roy Jones Jr., and I just remember seeing people saying, I was like, oh, man, Roy's going to come back. Roy's going to come back in the fight. And they were like, no, man, this dude is beating the brakes off Roy. And then all of a sudden, boom, Glenn Johnson hits Roy with something, man. Roy crashes face first to the mat. And, Roy Jones' reputation since that time I mean, it's never recovered. Having it happen one time against Antonio Tarver was one thing, but then it just started happening over and over again, man. And if the great Roy Jones Jr., if that can happen to the great Roy Jones Jr., man, that can happen to the great Floyd Mayweather Jr. too, man. So, first, shout out to my man. I appreciate Jermell Charlo doing that, and that is something that these young fighters need to do. They definitely needed to start talking about Mayweather's name. They start saying Mayweather's name, saying Pacquiao's name, and not in a way where it's like, look, yeah, man, I want to fight this guy. Give me a shot to beat Floyd Mayweather. I want a payday. More like, look, man, just dismissively talking about Floyd Mayweather, dismissively talking about Manny Pacquiao. Like, yeah, I understand a lot of people know them, but this is not their sport anymore. That's an exhibition fight, man. And start, just stand up on your own 2 feet. Do your own public, talk to the media and let people know that you don't think anything of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao because they're too old. And then maybe, because eventually, I'm telling you, eventually all this stuff is going to end and there's going to be a new few superstars in boxing who are on the level of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao and might surpass their level when the time is right and if they're willing to really grab the reins and take control over the situation, So anyway, with that, thank you guys for subscribing and hit the bell icon, and I'm out. Peace.